Lewis, congratulations on your 6th Formula One world title. There is a saying that stars can't shine without darkness. Would that in some way summarise the year that you and the team have had?
It has been it's not been a whole year full of light. Obviously we lost Nicky, who was such an integral part of our team, and also a huge part of me joining the team, so miss his cheeky little laugh and smile, and the little nuances that he would have around me particularly, but he had such an impact on the team, being a multi-world champion, but also someone that continued to push the team.
You've had such success with the team. It seems like they really understand you, and it feels like they are happy to work with you and trust you entirely. Is that obviously reciprocal?
I'd like to think that we've each individually pushed each other to another level each year. And that comes through discussions, that comes through conversations that we have. There's a lot of dialogue, and always not always so pleasant. It's not always you want to hear that you've got to change this to be better, or you could do this better. People often aren't always wanting to hear what could be better and how they could be better. But this team has, I think this year particularly, we have opened our minds, each and every one of us, to allow more and to create newer ways of working and moving forwards. And I think that's been a part of our success this year.
How would you rate your competition this year? Has it been harder than other championships?
Well, yeah, but I mean, more so in the second half of the year for sure. I feel like we've had to work harder than ever this year. It's been, I think, the toughest championship that we've had to try and win. And also, you've got to remember, we've won the championship last year, for example. It is not easy to stay in the lead. It is not easy to stay hungry, shoot, and try and raise the bar that you've created as a team. We're creating our own new targets each year, and that's a really hard thing for us to do.
You talk often about taking the championship one race at a time, but this weekend, how much was the pressure starting to affect you?
No more than usual. I think what I didn't like so much is that, I had people around that would be like, oh, thank you so much for waiting to Austin. And I'm like, dude, firstly, the championship's not won yet. Stop saying it. And they kept saying it, and I'm like, I didn't appreciate that, because I'm here to win. And I felt like they looked upon it so lightly. It took us so much to get here, so much sacrifice. So it's been such a freaking hard year. It's been painful. And these races as well, fighting off Max, chasing down Max. Trying to chase off, fight a Ferrari, chasing down and fighting off Valtteri, the 2.0. I've had to dig deeper than ever to pull out these performances, particularly in the race. The qualifying has not been spectacular, but it's put me in the shooting range to be able to do something better, and I think I've raced better this year, and that's what I'm super proud of. But I've left a lot of these races literally with nothing left, and it's taken days to recover.
Watching you race, it was almost like you were chasing down your first ever race victory, not a 6th title. How do you stay so alert, the fire still burning so much within you?
That's a good question, and honestly, I think it's just at the core of me. It's how I'm wired. I love the challenge. I love the idea of getting out of a stumble, getting back up and going again. I love what I do, and I know that I have something special within myself, and I know that I've just got to tap into it. You just got to find that and hold on to it and nurture it and believe in it. But I love that challenge and that fight into trying to get that.
And that belief, if you go right back to the beginning when you started with your dad, where did you think you could get to, that level of success? Is this anywhere close to what you thought?
This is far, far, far beyond our wildest dreams as a family, I think, and for myself. We went karting, and again, when I got in that cart, I felt, I had my elbows out. I knew what to do. I had my cart around me. I knew how to use it, where to put it, and I knew I could outsmart every kid that I was racing with, and that was such an empowering thing for me. I don't think people ask me, what would you have done if you hadn't done racing? I have no idea what I would have found else that would have given me that sort of empowerment and strength and confidence and belief. And I think that's really what still remains at the core of me today. And when I race, I remember exactly how I felt when I was 8 years old, and I raced with that same, I think, the same integrity and the same strength and willpower than I did when I was 8.
You've now surpassed Fangio. There is that elusive title still, the 7th, but you have your own line in the history books now. That must feel amazing that the Hamilton name is there for good, if anyone doubted it.
Yeah, that for sure. I'm proud. It's just very surreal, and people ask me how you feel, and it's hard to really put into words because it's different each time. The journey to here has been different to the journey to last year's, and the one before that, and the one 10 years ago, 11 years ago, whatever it is. I'm in a different place. I think more centered. Naturally, as you get older, you learn more about yourself, and you're continuously growing. And it wasn't a perfect weekend, but I recovered from a difficult day yesterday, and so I should continue on.
And the scary thing is, you say you haven't peaked yet.
I don't think I have, but I mean, who the hell knows if they've peaked? Really, in all honesty, how are you going to know when you've hit that? But I do feel like I'm constantly learning more about myself. I would say more so, not only within the car, but more so as a person. I'm understanding myself more. I'm understanding my good days, my bad days, what makes me tick, what I do and I don't like, what are necessary for success. I feel like I'm more of a team player than I've ever been. I feel like I'm a better friend than I've ever been. And I like to think that I'm a better son than I've ever been as well. So, just working on all those areas, and I think you can always keep pushing, always getting better, hopefully.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy the celebrations, and hopefully you can have a little sleep soon.
Thank you.